Hello, my name is Elliot Masie and I am the host of Learning 2008. I'd like to take a couple of moments to tell you about our very exciting and different event that will take place in Orlando, Florida from October 26th to 29th. And we hope that you and your colleagues will join with our good partners from LearningGuide to attend this program and to have a very, very special experience at Learning 2008. At the heart of our design and model of this event is the belief that, number one, the world of learning is continuously changing, and it is enormously important for learning professionals to be learners themselves as we look at this changing world of learning. So for 3.5 days, you are going to be part of a very active learning community. Last year, we had 2,000 individuals, all of whom were interested or involved or engaged in the world of learning, who came to our event from every corner of the world. Learning 2008 will continue that tradition. One of our primary themes this year will be global learning. How is learning different and how is it the same? As we look at programs and activities that are global in nature, how does an economy that is expanding dramatically, for instance in Asia, differ in its approach to learning than perhaps some other parts of the world where the economics are not as optimistic at this point? We will take a look at what we call evidence-based learning. What really are the concrete sets of evidence and evaluation and metrics that indicate whether or not learning has a significant impact? Because at the end of the day, we can talk all about this cool, new, and different and innovative thing, but we really are needing to be accountable and to be focused on the impact of our learning programs and our learning investments. At Learning 2008, we'll look at some of the changing pressures and I would say opportunities in the world of learning. And these include, how are we going to be doing learning in a world that is increasingly focused on green and sustainable efforts? What is the responsibility of learning as we look at rising energy costs? What is the way in which learning can impact on the values and approaches of our employees to these key social issues? One of the other dimensions that we will be exploring in depth is what are some of the alternatives to our traditional approaches to learning, and whether they range from alternatives that have been around for a while, like e-learning, and we're going to look at the changing world of e-learning, to very important innovations in the area of performance support, or looking at how do some of our newer models that are really experiments in process right now in the world of gaming, in the world of simulation, and in the very explosive world of social learning, how will they fit in our world? We will also take a look at what I call big questions. And some of these questions might even make some of our colleagues a little bit uncomfortable. Here's an example of one of the big questions. Why is there such a high level of either frustration or at times dissatisfaction with our learning systems? Many individuals will report that while they need their LMS or their LCMS, they may not be delighted with that. So what's the cause of that? And what really do we as an industry have to do to move our approaches and move our systems to reach higher levels of satisfaction and delight for us as learning professionals? Another big question is really, what is the changing format of demand from our learners? What are they asking for? And this not only includes looking at our newer learners, but what about learners that are now in their more silver or senior years? What type of learning do they want? A very interesting question that I think is an important one for us to consider is the role of content and how that is changing. Dealing with user content, dealing with more video-based content and mobile content. What are the impacts and implications of this? Now, I can go on and on, but our website will contain an ever-increasing amount of content and information about Learning 2008. But here's one thing I will guarantee you, that it will be exciting and fun. One of the reasons I'm wearing this orange shirt is that our theme this year is an optimistic and even poptimistic view of learning. You will see a lot of bright colors, not only in our materials that announce the conference, but throughout the event, because we are going to have to make sure that our learning shines in an ever more crowded world where there are more and more pieces of information. And during the event, you will have fun. One of the things that you'll be able to do, I'm bringing over direct from Sweden, a 17-piece band called Arrival. They are the #1 tribute band to ABBA. And on Tuesday evening, you will be invited to a ABBA party that will be memorable. I believe it's really important for those of us who are in the learning industry to at least several times a year step back from our jobs, push away from the desk, move the email over to the side, and for us to become learners about the changing world of learning. And I challenge and invite you to join us and to join LearningGuide as a community within that larger community of Learning 2008. I am very honored to have this opportunity to talk to you, and I hope that I will see you in Orlando, October 26th to 29th, this coming fall. This is Elliot Masie for the Masie Center's Learning Consortium. Yours in learning.